But it has to be quick. So if you're not quick, you're not pulling that off.
All right, Milo. Martin Borgmeyer and Kyle Berkshire and a lot of these really fast players. Who's somebody on the PGA Tour? I can't think of somebody right now. But kind of the move, like if you only wanted power, like it's all you cared about, and you also had an amazing reactive body system.
First of all, you're not going to have a lot of power unless you do. So guys who are world long drive kind of guys are they're freak athletes.
So what they do is they go up, down, up, and that's kind of this like special power move that a lot of people are trying. I don't try to do that, but I kind of do it anyway. I go up, get back to about where I was, and then I go through the ball, which is bad. From the other video we did, you guys have to be subscribed to see some of this awesome content. But the other video we did, we saw that because of the couple and the way that the club works with 3D flat spot, you do actually have to get the hands lower at P6. So that is going to hurt me. So I would like to learn how to be level, then down a little bit, and then up through the ball.
And the most common pattern we see amongst like really elite players is they're staying level or they're lowering slightly throughout the backswing.
Yeah, like Tiger's swing, like when they did that, that music video of his slow motion swing.
Yeah,
he goes a little lower, right, and then even lower again.
Yeah, like if you look at Ben Hogan, Sam Snead, pretty much every great player is lowering slightly in the backswing and then lowering again in transition, and then kind of staying at that height.
Let me see how you do it.
I do the same thing, but I probably lower more than most. And a lot of mine is because of my flexibility. I can't bend over, so I have to flex my knees.
Right.
So as I take the club back,
oh wow,
you can probably see a little lowering in the backswing and then a little more in the transition. And then I'm pushing back up pretty hard.
So show me like when you're talking about it, you do it a lot. Like when you're thinking of when you do it.
So if I'm rehearsing it?
Yeah.
So as I'm rehearsing it, I actually try to stay level in my backswing and I try to feel all the down in transition.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of down. I probably don't have that much down in my actual swing because I'm catching myself too quick.
Yeah, it goes to what we talked about in the driving force as far as like the drop, as far as it gets lighter and then you catch it. But that happens so fast that
I get to less than half of my body weight and then I catch it and that spikes it up to well over twice my body weight.
Okay, good.
In pressure.
Let's see that again.
But
now when somebody is getting taller in the backswing, you can go back here, Brandon. Thanks. When somebody's getting taller in the backswing, does that usually go with somebody's shoulders getting flat?
Usually.
Okay. Kind of show me that.
So that...
Because I see that a ton. Like if people would come to our schools and whatever, it's like shoulders get real. Yeah.
Usually that's what we see.
It's so hard to recover from that.
Now when a long driver gets taller, they're getting taller by they're going into some amount of a bend to the left, but they're lengthening out everything. They're extending their spine, their legs are extending, so they're making themselves their center of mass taller, higher up, so it can fall farther, so that they can get more force going down to push back up.
Right, and that's got to happen so fast.
But it has to be quick. So if you're not quick, you're not pulling that off.
Right. Okay, so if somebody has self-diagnosed themselves that they get too tall in the backswing, they get too much taller, and the shoulders get kind of flat. What's a good way? Let's do something like maybe without a club, and then something with a club.
You can use your club, do a little hug drill, and then feel winding. You're going to stretch the trail side out, but you're going to create some crunch in your body. Make sure you're turning and doing that.
Oh, okay.
Don't just tilt. There you go. So that's one thing you can do.
Okay, yeah.
And then you can do the exact same thing with club in hand. Start with just a little, what we call foundation one, where we wind it up, create a big stretch, long arms, and then just hit some little chips to learn how to deliver that. That's a good place to start, is just getting the wind up to start correctly.
Yeah.
So I've created this nice angle in my body versus...
Why do you think people do that?
I don't know.
That kind of takeaway. Is it like you feel like you're too close to the wall or something?
Oftentimes, I see a lot of them do it because of their setup. They've got too much extension in their spine to begin with.
Yeah.
So if I'm in this kind of a setup, it only makes sense to move in that way. So if they can get a little bit more relaxed, have a little actual flexion in their spine, then it's easy to turn that flexion into a leftward bend.
Okay, gotcha. So turn and extend. So I feel like my ribs are getting higher, but my face is getting lower. So we go ribs high, face low. How's that?
That was really good.
Very good.
Different sounding golf ball.
Good. Yeah, it was good. Try again this time. All right. So then, exaggeration wise, you know, some coaches say like, okay, if you want to move an inch, you got to feel a yard.
Yeah, so there's
Kinda-
two different ways to make a change. One is through exaggeration, and the other is through slow. So you can exaggerate how fast you do it, or how slow you do it,
Okay.
or you can exaggerate how big the movements you're trying to do. So if you want to make an inch of difference, maybe you feel like you're staying down, so you're turning and staying down, and then going down even more.
I think I stayed down.
You do.
Yeah, go. Yeah, I feel like if I was up in lingerie, I was going to like hardware, and then I was going to like into the basement, and then coming back up to the ceiling. You know, the different like the levels of a department store. Oh, that was great.
That was
Felt
really
great.
good. And you maintained your level in the backswing, or maybe even shrank a little bit,
Okay.
and then you dropped
Yeah,
some more.
I felt like I was like on the 4th floor, and then I was on like the floor, and then into the ceiling. Because what we talked, because I like getting to the point where I can be here low enough to feel free to get this up.
Yeah.
I hate seeing golfers be here. I hate seeing myself being here and then going kind of soft and.
Well, that's why you see the double
That
spike
little
in your vertical force.
Mm-hmm.
You always see a double spike because you're not low enough to keep pushing up.
So I push, fall on it, and re-push.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, I think that a lot of what you see as vertical force is actually the weight of your mass, your arms coming down, versus you falling, and there you go. You'd see only one spike if you did that.
Yeah, right.
Level, level, level.
No, it wasn't down there.
Down. There you go. Golf balls are flying everywhere.
Woo! Okay, so I'm going a little down, more down.
And then push back out.
Yeah, I like that. That was good. I get more this way rather than that way.
Well, it's because you're low enough early enough, so now you can push yourself back out of the ground.
It's not just experimenting or something.
Chunking it out. It's actually not a bad drill.
No, that was I actually hit that one not bad. Get it deep here. And I'm just gonna so I make sure
Get a little more flex in your legs at that point in time. So you feel, there you go. Now from there, it's up and around. Back. Good.
That was good. Lower, more, be low enough to be able to go up through the body.
Okay, you flushed that.
Yeah, that was good. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're interested in more golf videos like this, go to Be Better Golf. Be Better Golf, I think, is one of the most unique places because it really gets a broad spectrum, but it's kind of a focused broad spectrum in a way because it's curated by me. So go to the subscribe button, hit that. Also go to milolinesgolf.com. I think one of the best membership sites about golf on the internet anywhere because it's a lot of individual attention. It's not just Milo, but his team of really, really good instructors. I like all of them. Tomorrow I'm going to go see his short game guy, Blake Cannon. So you're going to want to see that. Click the subscribe button, and in the description, you can go to milolinesgolf.com and get a discount if you're a Be Better Golfer. See ya. Bye.
Sweet.